They decided that they're going to make this as difficult on themselves as possible. Took the scenic wildlife loop back to the campsite today, and we came upon, there was a grizzly bear with its cubs. In charge of taking still photos, and I haven't seen her take one yet.
Nope,
Get on
yet.
it, Boyer. This is why I end up spending extra time editing. So those days of Michelle having a video that is nothing but Michelle's video, she's not there yet.
My butt cheeks are hurting.
Good morning. So it is Sean and Matthew, Broken Dreams Reborn, Kyle and Michelle, The Wandering Shores. We are hiking the New Fork Lake Trail in the Bridger Teton or Bridger Wilderness area. It's on all trails, it's listed as like a 3-mile trail, so a 1.5 miles out and back. But there's a lot of hiking beyond that, so we're going to hike further today. I think instead of it being 3 miles, we're probably going to try to make it around 10. But we're excited to see what this is all about. The elevation gain is pretty low, at least in this section that was on all trails. It's only like 250 feet, so not bad at all. But Sean and Matthew did this hike, or portions of this hike, a couple years ago, and said it's absolutely gorgeous. They call it better than Yellowstone. And Michelle is up there. Say hi, Michelle.
Hi. Ready to hike.
We're using our dual microphones again, so hopefully the sound is coming out well.
Starting with a stick, I found it at the trailhead, so I'm going to use it for a while. And then I might leave it.
We have hiking poles.
We do.
They're in the truck.
We typically don't use them.
But yeah, so we got here. It was about a 50-minute drive from our boondocking spot at Soda Lake. And it was 37 degrees when we left our location, and it's 44 now, so it's warming up. It's not supposed to get any higher than about 60 during our hike today, but it is hopefully going to be as beautiful as our trail there at Sacred Rim. And we're going to be sharing this adventure with you today. So one of the things we noticed right when we were at the trailhead is there had been a handwritten sign that, now for a point of reference, this is September 14th of 2024, and at the trailhead it said on June 12th here at the far end of the lake there was a grizzly bear with its cubs. So we've got, all 4 of us have our bear spray, and we'll keep an eye out for it. There was just a guy hiking back. He was out here taking photographs. And said he didn't have any signs of any bear activity while he was out on the trail this morning. And he had a super cool truck camper. I'll show you a picture here. I took a picture of it in the parking lot. I've never seen one. He's from Oregon, plates said. But you know, Michelle and I are always on the lookout for a potential future next rig, but no time soon. But truck campers are kind of growing on me, but there's a lot of disadvantages to them as well, in my opinion, as far as having to uproot camp and take the whole rig in if you don't want to take the truck camper off of the actual bed of the truck. The other downside is that in order to have a truck that's big enough to haul most of these truck campers, you know, you're spending close to $70,000 to $100,000, and homie don't have that money. All right, we're coming up out of the ravine to overlook the lake. Oh my gosh, it's so still. You can see the reflection. That whole other side looks like it was burnt. Sean and Matthew said 2 years ago when they were here, it was like that. So definitely the fire was longer than that, but gorgeous. But yeah, a lot of those trees over there are completely burnt up. What do you think, Michelle?
I gotta catch my breath. Coming up out of that ravine. It's beautiful though. A lot of water.
All right, let's push forward.
Okay, onward.
Michelle's in charge of taking still photos, and I haven't seen her take one yet.
Nope,
Get
not
on
yet.
it, Boyer. She likes it when I refer to her as her previous married name, right?
Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
So we hit the end of the official trail on all trails, which is this beach right here. And we are going to continue on down that direction into the ravine. So my watch is going to get all confused because we're going to be so far off trail, since it thinks we should stop there and turn around, but it'll still be tracking, and we'll see how far we go. We're just going to kind of do it by feel. There's no kind of like a waterfall at the end where they're thinking we might turn around. We're just going to kind of hike until we feel like we've hiked far enough, and then we'll turn around and head back that way.
I see more snakes in Wyoming than any other snake.
Huh. Ew. Yeah, it's harmless.
Do not put that on.
You want to come,
Aw.
Sean? You want to see him?
No.
He's like, put me down. We're gonna save your life, dude.
Go on. Oh, look at him. He's going
I need
backwards.
to stop and say a very special happy birthday to two of our cats today, Mushi and Chanel. We got them in 2014, so 10 years ago. And when we got them, they were estimated to be about 4 years old. So we are celebrating their 14th birthday today. And I tell you what, I'm super excited. I've already sang to them today, and I think they liked it. And later today, I'm going to give them some squeeze-ups for a special treat. So wish them a happy birthday below.
So we just had our little lunch break. I'm doing the snack update today. We had lunch meat sandwiches. Michelle's was dry as usual. I had a couple strawberries and some cotton candy grapes. You know, you've got your microphone that you can just talk anywhere you're at.
I do the snack update.
Well, yeah, but they wanted one from me. They've seen enough of you.
I had a plain lunch.
What
meat
I'm going to do,
sandwich.
folks, when I edit is I'm going to take the section she told you about the cats and their birthday that she had to take 4 times. I'm just going to leave all 4 of them in there.
Let's not.
Tell us what you think about all 4 of the takes that she had to take. This is why I end up spending extra time editing. So those days of Michelle having a video that is nothing but Michelle's video, she's not there yet. She's getting closer, but she's not there yet. This is a really interesting trail. So we've been hiking along the river, obviously, and you know, we've been hiking on the aspens and then some young growth pines, and then look at this. We're in like the middle of a forest now, all on the exact same trail. It's pretty exciting. We are about 4.5 miles in, maybe a little bit more. I think we're gonna hike to maybe about 5 and turn around, which gives us about a 10-mile hike total. Elevation gain right now is around 650 total in ascent, including the added section that we did beyond the beach there. So yeah, beautiful. So we just passed another hiker who turns out is on his 9th day out here, and you know, he's only got about 4.5 miles back to get to the car, and looks like we're going to extend the hike a little bit. He said about 1 mile from where we just saw him just now, there is a pretty cool roaring waterfall. He said it's not huge, but they jumped in and swam a little bit, so we'll see. You know, one of us might be doing it. Maybe I can talk one of the other 3 into it. But yeah, so we're going to extend it out. End up being about 5.5 miles out. So 11-mile hike or so. So we're about 5.5 miles in, and I think we're going to call that our end of the trail. We never did find the waterfall. We're at around the 1 mile mark from when we saw the guy. But again, he could have been, he had pinned the waterfall, so he could have actually just done as the crow flies. And so the 1 mile as the crow flies versus hiking trail could be way longer. So we just decided at the 5.5 mile loop or spot to turn around and hike back. There's an area where we think we can get down to the river pretty easily, so we're going to check that on the way back. But you know, 5.5 miles isn't that much, but we got to do 5.5 back. So we're going to be at 11 miles here pretty soon. By the time we get back to the trailhead, and maybe even a little more if we kind of shoot off and check out the river, the New Fork River. But yeah, beautiful hike, lots of different diverse terrains. And if there's something to show you on the way back, you know, I'll pop this camera on, probably at least when we get down to the river, show you that for a minute. So we made it down to the river. Michelle, what do you think?
The water is ice cold, but it sure felt good on my toes.
Yeah, and when she says ice cold, it is frigid. She kept her feet underwater for 27 seconds. I thought she couldn't do it over 10 seconds.
Did I beat you?
Well, I don't know, because I didn't time myself the first time. But I put my feet in like 5 or 6 times, but each time it seemed like I could handle it shorter and shorter. It is absolutely frigid. But yeah, we've got probably about 5 miles or so left. And I'm probably going to go ahead and put the GoPro away for now and get it out when we get finished and kind of do a recap. But you guys have seen everything on the way up. If there's anything significant, oh, Michelle just almost fell in the water. What happened there?
My foot slipped, just like that.
So if anything significant other than Michelle falling in the creek happens, we'll get the camera out, or I'll just use my cell phone and record it for the video. So, all right, we'll see you here in a spit. We made it back.
Barely. My toes are hurting, my legs are hurting, my butt cheeks are hurting.
11 miles with about 1,700 feet of elevation or ascent. It wasn't all elevation gain. It's just any of the uphills counted. So 1,700 feet. It was really beautiful hike, lots of different diversity when it comes to, you know, the scenery. You yawning?
Yeah.
She's gonna go to sleep. We got like a 50-minute drive back, so she's probably gonna take a little nap on the way back.
Probably.
So, but we're gonna dig into our Mountain Dews, and we'll be back with you in the next clip. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Travel day.
Yes, we are leaving the state of Wyoming today.
Yeah, we've been here a long time. 2.5 months, maybe 2 to 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So we're heading out of Pinedale today and headed to, well, where are we going?
Idaho Falls.
She was leaning in like
I was like,
she's got her microphone. She doesn't
say.
need to lean in, and she's got her microphone on. So hopefully you guys are hearing better quality sound. We had a little glitch in video number 1. We're hoping this will be the first video where I've downloaded the other program that'll allow it to sound normal and not be silent for some folks. I have no idea. It was silent on our television, but worked fine on our computers, and for many other people, similar situation. So it's a short travel day, about 2 hours. We're going to stop and dump and get some water in Alpine, Wyoming, where we actually had been before. We boondocked in that area. But the first thing we got to do is get out of this tight parking spot. So as you can see,
yeah, show 'em.
We've got our friends Chris and Courtney right there, Rob and Dawn right there, Matthew and Sean right there. And because we were the first to pull in, I was able to squeeze the car in there, or the truck, and I'm going to back up as far as I can so that I can make this turn. Shouldn't be any problem, but you know, I'm going to have Michelle stand out here and watch.